Cool kid. Eva, are you a cool kid? Are you a cool kid? I wish that I could be like the cool kids. Yeah. Because all the cool kids, man, that's where the brains is. I ain't got no brains. Hell, I'm posting political videos. I never post political videos. I blame Seneca. Do you blame Seneca? Yeah. My politics is politics sucks. Anyway, cool kids, check it out. We got some good stuff today. I am sitting here contemplating what to do a video on. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. We can do World War III with the silver again. That was fun. Remember that? That was a fun video. But no, today I want to talk about bubbles. Yeah. And I don't mean those creatures from The Legend of Zelda. No. Those are the cool kind of bubble. Nope. I don't mean the little things you blow up with detergent. Yeah. Nope. I mean market bubbles. I mean you're paying too much for something that is going to go pop. And I believe there are some bubbles in silver. And we're going to talk about that because, quite frankly, it astounds me. And it might give you some insights into why I do the crazy stuff I do. That, some of you are like, what's he doing? Why is he, what? That's dumb. Well, I have a strategy. There is a method to the madness. So the first thing I want to talk about, as far as bubbles go, in my estimation, and that's not to say, listen guys, let me preface this by saying, you can flip this stuff, okay? If you know the market, you got a market that's working for you, I'm not telling you not to buy it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I think there's going to be lower prices in the future. Yep. So the first thing I want to discuss is, and this you guys will be able to relate with, okay? Markets ebb and flow. Okay, what's hot now could be not later. And, a good example of that we'll start off with, right? Commemorative dollars. These were hot when they came out. As a matter of fact, every single one of these coins cost more when it came out than it costs now. Every one. No exceptions. That I can think of. Can you think of one? Let me know in the comments. You would have paid more in 1984 for this silver dollar than I paid for it, right, in 2020 or whenever I bought this. And yes, I really got this for $11, but that's not the point. The point is they were hot, then they were not. Okay. Now, my rule on this stuff is if it costs about the same as an ounce, I'll consider buying it. This one I bought because I didn't have one. There are less and more common commemorative dollars, and I'm hopeful that one day people will realize that and the values will come to match. Also, I think some of the designs are really cool. Yeah, I mean, what's cooler than this Statue of Liberty from '86? The reverse is a little but it's cool. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. This must have been bought back when silver was $32 an ounce or so. Commemorative dollars tend to go cheap, but that's not the hyped item. This is the hyped item, okay? Common date, Peace and Morgan dollars. This stuff, right? Again, if you can get it for about what an ounce of silver is, that's fine all day. If it's in good enough shape. I wouldn't buy a coal for that. I wouldn't buy this thing for what an ounce is, But what are you gonna do, right? This is the kind of thing, you can find, get a deal on maybe. I don't know. The thing is, you know, these silver dollars, they made millions of them most years. And most of them, you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to tell you, most of them are in mint condition. Yeah, oh, did I say that? Yeah. Most of these coins came out of bank bags and bank rolls because people didn't typically carry around dollar coins because a dollar was big money. And it was heavy. So you'd trade your dollars in at the bank for the greenbacks. Okay. Oh, I know, crazy talk, right? But no, I'm telling you. Now, there are some that are circulating. I'm not saying they didn't circulate. What I'm telling you is a lot of these, especially the more common dates, you're going to find them in mint condition pretty readily. They are not as rare as people lead on. Some are, and that's why I'm saying common dates. We're not talking about anything that's low mintage, premier, deluxe, okay? So I'm going to tell you that right now, Morgans are in a bubble. I've never, ever in my life seen them this high. And I have probably a roll of Morgans to my name, okay? And I do buy them, like I said, for about what an ounce of silver costs, which is, well above melt. And that's fine. I have no problem with that price point because they are cool. They do have that cool factor, and I think they'll hold their value there. But when I start seeing a common date Cole Morgan selling for $35, $40, I have to scratch my head and say, who is buying that? But I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying I want you to reconsider, okay? Now, another thing that's I won't even touch are ASEs. My goodness, people. What are you doing? $40 for 20-something dollars worth of silver? Mintages in the millions. Mintages literally in the millions. Every single year. The key date, right? The key date, I think it was 90, I want to say it was 96. You guys can correct me in the comments. The key date for these coins is mintages in the millions, okay? And you're paying $40, $45, $50 a coin. 35's too much, okay? 35's getting closer, though. They're cool. Hey, I'm not poo-pooing the idea of buying one of these for $35, okay? Just for the cool factor and the fact that people seem to really like them. I'm not poo-pooing any price, actually. But I will tell you this. Now, this is a hot take, right? I'd rather have a metric crap ton of these proof Ikes at $7 each. Hell, $10 each. I don't, whatever, right? Yeah, $10 each. That's about my max on those. Then I would the equivalent number of ounces in ASEs at the current going rates. Okay, I think you will do better in the long run going with the Ikes, the 40% silver Ikes. Now, guys, just a quick note. Just because it's an Ike does not mean it's silver, okay? I know I go over this a lot, but we'll go ahead and go over it again. If it's got an S, it might be silver. Check the edge, weigh it, okay? And if it's silver, you got about the same amount of silver as a 64 Kennedy half. Thereabouts. It's a little less, actually. But for all intents and purposes, we'll call it the same. Because, you're paying for the cool factor. Again, I like to round things, kind of get easy ways to remember when I'm out there in the woods, out in the wild, hunting for deals, That's how I'm able to be like, oh, I'm at the coin show, right? I see an Ike, right? Actually, I bought a whole set of these. Not the 76 set. And I got a real good price on it because I knew the basic silver weights. And yeah, I'll just make a little equivalence. Like, oh, that's worth a Kennedy half, Right? So would you buy a Kennedy half for $7? Yeah, you would. So would I. That's why I bought this. Little things that little tricks like that in your head can help you out. Definitely in a bubble. Man, guys, there are real legitimate rare coins. stuff like this. If you find a good price on something like this, and you're into taking the risk of numismatics, this is a non-stacking thing. Grab it, man. Grab it. Eventually, I think people are going to catch on. Ooh, here's something that's not in a bubble. A lot of people don't know, but on these uncirculated, they melted about 1 million of these. So the mintage is actually a little smaller than you think it is. It's I believe it's just over 1 mil. I want to say they made 2 million. I think, or maybe, you know what? I'd have to look it up. But there's the uncirculateds are much rarer than the proofs. I can tell you that. Are they super rare? No. Are they ever going to be awesome collector's items? No. But do I ever pay melt for them? No, never once. I've never paid melt for one of these. I always get them under melt. I don't have very many. I have probably 20 of them. But, I mean, guys, so when other people are buying Morgans and all this, right, overpaying, you can be buying those Washingtons. Those Washingtons have the same silver in them as these Walkers, okay? Same amount. Now, here's another thing that's in a bubble. Sorry to tell you. Common date junk silver. Now, is it in as bad a bubble as the silver dollars? Hell no. I say this is my general rule on that. And again, I'm not giving any advice. This isn't investment advice. It's stacking advice. I'm a stacker, so I get to give stacking advice. I'm a hobbyist. My hobby is stacking. So if I tell you something, it's not investment advice. It's stacking advice. And it's not even really that. It's just a fun-filled enthusiast talking about stuff he likes. Okay? There you go. Now, you're buying a Walker, right, for $9.50, that's a great price, right? Or you can buy one of these, right? And my rule is, now look at these coins. The average Walker is going to be a lot more worn than the average Washington. So if you're looking for silver atoms, always go with the Washington if the price is the same. And as long as the Walker is not a key date. Know your key dates, right? 21S, right? Work with me here. Have a basic understanding of those. I'm not saying you gotta get into it, but I'm saying if you run into one, you might want to know that the 21S is bank. Okay? You don't have to know every day. You don't have to know the semi-keys. If you want to, absolutely research it. But knowing the basics are going to help you out. Another rule. All things being equal, these Kennedy halves, kind of like those Washingtons, they're less worn. Almost all of them are in mint condition, man. Yep. There you go. So, if you can get one for $10, I say grab it. Now, as you can see here at the ASW, 0.3617 is a little more than that Eisenhower 40%, right? The Ike was, hold that thought, I think it's 3164. So yeah, you're missing 0.2 of an ounce there, right? So it's a fair bit. 0.02 of an ounce, rather. 0.02 of an ounce. You're missing let me do some math here. So 0.05. 4 war nickels worth of silver. Yeah. Something like that. Wow, that is quite a bit. Maybe I'm doing the math wrong, no. 0.31 versus 0.3. No, yeah, it's nowhere near. No. Alright, anyway, I'm going to quit that stuff. What I will tell you is, war nickels aren't necessarily a bad thing to get as long as you can get them under melt. That's my rule with them. Melt or under. Melt or under on war nickels, okay? They are in a bubble. Actually, yeah. War nickels are in a bubble. These things right here. Big old bubble on these. Go find a war nickel for melt. Right? So, you should be paying $1 each for them or so. Right? Good luck finding one. You can find them in change, though. All right, so there you go. There's some things that are in the bubble, but that's not all. There's more in the bubble than just that. So I want to talk about these Premier Deluxe. I'm going to go grab one and we're going to talk about it. Premier Deluxe bullion coins, right? That people are paying buku dollars for because the mintage is low, right? I'm going to do a quick cautionary tale for you, and we'll just discuss it. Here's another bubble. Vintage rounds, okay? And depending on the year, now some of these are actually rare, but not all of them. And quite honestly, it's a fairly new thing for anyone to even call them vintage rounds. To me, in the day they were called generic rounds, man. But you know what? I'm not poo-pooing on that. If you can get a flip on it and return on investment, go for it, man. It's just, it seems a little scary to me. A little scary to me. I'd be scared. A little scared. Not super scared, just a little scared. All right. Now, some semi-numismatic stuff, I believe, will hold its value. I could be proven wrong, but I think Chinese pandas, before they switched to 30 grams, and before they started really mass producing them, I think you can do okay there. But there's other stuff that is just crazy overpriced. Alright, so some things do hold their value over time. This Onza from 1949. Mexican stuff. Man, Mexican stuff tends to hold its value. Good luck finding one of these. I believe the 78 is the key date. It could be the 79. It's right in there. But that 49 is pretty rough too. I wanted to show you this though. This is an example of a really fancy Premier Deluxe. The mintage on this was 5,000. So this semi-numismatic stuff, right? Mintage of 5,000, right? You could have got that in 1979, right? And now, well, I paid $34.50 for it back when silver was about $35 an ounce. Okay. So mintage is 5,000 on these, and that's a very low mintage, right? Same thing with this. Look at this stuff. No one cares about this stuff, guys. I'm showing you this because you're buying right now coins that one day are going to be in the junk bin, and you're paying big money for it. The mintages on these coins, there's probably not 50,000 between the two of these. Okay? If everybody in my town wanted one of these, they couldn't have them. It couldn't happen. Couldn't happen. Just wouldn't happen. You can't have it. But the thing is, no one wants them. No one cares. Did you even know this coin existed? No one's going to know that you're special, new way, gods of Olympus, premier. No one cares. Now, if the coin's cool enough, don't get me wrong. There will be exceptions. There always are. But for the most part, no one's going to care in 20, 30 years. Okay? So if you're out here flipping them, that's great. If you're out here banking on them, people remembering what they are, keep another thing in mind with these. These were not meant for circulation. By the way, I have 2 of the 5,000. They were not meant for circulation, which means they're not truly numismatic purchases, okay? Not truly. Not in my opinion. You get a coin where, whoa, Eva just fell off the table. What happened, honey? She landed on her feet, obviously. She's a cat, but she just twitched off the table. Interesting. You okay? Well, she's okay. What are you doing? You got a cramp? Must have a cramp or something. All right. Well, anyway, Eva, you all right? You got me worried. Old girl, you're too old to be flying off the table now. That was wild. She just, I don't know what she did. She's being spastic. Okay. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope my bubble talk didn't scare you. I don't want to scare you from stacking. There are things to stack. For example, all this old stuff I'm telling you that no one cares about anymore. You know, how many people even know about Balboas, right? Same as a silver dollar, but man, $16.79. Yeah, please. 59 cents. Thank you. Yes, please. If you look, you'll find it. You have less competition. Canadian junk silver, guys. I can't tell you enough how good Canadian junk silver is to you. Guys, you want to get in the door cheap. Look at this. This is the stuff right here, man. You know, you can go with the dollars. They're a little pricier though. I find, just between you and me, the quarters are where it's at. Now, normally I don't care for quarters, but in the case of Canadian junk silver, I can tell you quarters are your friend. You know what isn't your friend? Premier pieces like this in flips, right? There's a bubble for you. Now, this particular coin is only available in a flip, so I had to get it. I had this dream of getting a complete set of these kangaroos as well, and you have to have this one to do it. This is the 2015. It was made for eBay. Not kidding. Perth Mint made a coin for eBay. Check it out. Look it up. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that jive. And if you want to thrive, stay alive. Ciao.